So most of you guys think even if Anby had no powers, she'd destroy Nagi Seishiro in a football match. But what if I told you if they actually 1v1'd, Nagi might end up making Anby quit her career choices and go back to the military? Let's start out with one of the most important metrics in soccer, that being the physique. Anby Namara, although she works out all the time, as confirmed in the 1.6 questline when it is stated Soldier 11 is literally programmed to randomly work out. So if you put 2 and 2 together, it is highly likely Anby also works out as well. So to put it simply, Anby is a Greek god in terms of physique. But there's one thing holding her back, and that is her height. Anby is listed at 5'1", around 4 inches lower than the national female height average. Now this would normally be fine. 5'1" players could still be great at soccer, but not when your opponent is 6'3". Yeah, that's right. Nagi Seishiro is 6'3" tall. So if any headers come their way, the person getting it is obviously going to be Nagi. So unfortunately, in this regard, Nagi wins in this metric. So now that we understand as far as physique goes, Nagi definitely takes the cake. How about one of the most important factors in Blue Lock, being the weapons? Now as far as weapons goes, Nagi Seishiro is a gifted person to say the least. Without any soccer experience, this guy has mastery over control of the soccer ball. In his very first match, this guy does a scorpion tap into a roulette volley when the ball was behind him. This guy was so good. Some random baddie on the sideline just happened to be a scout for a massive soccer program in the making. And on his first ever game, he was invited to a massive organization that only recruits top tier high school players. So now that we know that Nagi Seishiro is a complete beast, what about Anby Namara, the GOAT of Zenless Zone Zero? Well, assuming Anby is in the Blue Lock universe, she would probably have some semblance of prodigy in her as well, given that canonically, she's literally a genetically engineered super soldier. Now this technology literally exists in Blue Lock. You see, this similar thing happened to someone named Kunigami. Kunigami was eliminated from Blue Lock very early on, but he came back because of a project designed by Ego to make him directly mirror Noel Noah's abilities. So given that this technology exists in Blue Lock, if Anby were born in that universe, she might end up being part of this program to train people to become as close to Noel Noah as possible. So to put it simply, Anby will be the perfected product in the wild card. The reason I'm coming to this conclusion is because of the lore mirroring in Zenless Zone Zero. So assuming she existed in the Blue Lock universe, this is most likely gonna be her lore for the series. So to put it simply, she'll be someone trained to be like Noel Noah. So what does that mean for Anby? Well, it means that she'll have ambidexterity, which also checks out in the ZZZ universe, where she wields 2 weapons instead of 1. We also see here breakdancing mid-animation with her 2 weapons in both feet. So not only is she insanely close to Noel Noah in terms of dexterity, she also has insane ball control potential, which brings me back to the weapons. If she was in the Blue Lock universe, she would have insane ball control and ambidexterity, which are both insanely useful in soccer. So as far as weapons goes, Anby definitely wins this one. This is because Anby's ambidexterity far outclasses Nagi's natural ability to trap the ball well. But that's not to say they're not extremely close. As a matter of fact, in the latest Blue Lock chapters, although Nagi came out as a fraud recently, he still pulled some crazy feats, like the 5-stage volley, that put him on world-class levels. But unfortunately, he can't repeat it, as stated by Ego. And now, he's not even playing to score goals anymore. What the hell is going on? So to round things up for the weapons, although Nagi would be adjacent to Anby, due to recent events in the chapter, as far as his weapon goes, he's not fully utilizing it, which puts him below Anby in the weapon department, as a result of Anby's ambidexterity and adjacent ball control feats, or potential. So now that we've covered the 2 most important variables in Blue Lock, who is actually winning the 1v1 soccer match? Well, if Nagi locks the hell in and ditches this purple-haired fool, Rayo, he can probably beat the Blue Lock version of Anby. But after reading recent manga chapters, this guy Nagi might just be Nagi, a complete fraud. This complete goon, Rayo, holds him back completely. And until he ditches him and fully taps into his insane ball control feats, then there's no way he's beating the ambidextrous queen, Anby Damara. The reason for this is simple. Nagi Seishiro is the living embodiment of a genius or gifted player in Blue Lock, which means he's completely carried by his genius archetype. He doesn't really care about the game and he doesn't care about getting better. He just naturally has that talent, which on paper should put him above the vast majority of people. But the issue is, this is a genius finding another person that's an even bigger genius than him, with ambidexterity and somehow possesses a higher coordination than Nagi himself. So unfortunately, Anby wins this match in a high diff. Now I know it sounds different from the thumbnail and the intro motif, but listen, I had to change the whole script of this video because Nagi ended up being a complete fraud in the manga, and he's one of my favorite characters too. But anyways, what did you guys think of the matchup? Did you agree with it or disagree with it? Let me know in the comments down below, and make sure to join my Discord server, trust me. Anyways, I love each and every one of you guys, and that's about it.